So what we're going to do today, are you ready, brother? We're going to show people how to find motivated sellers through jving with people,
Right. JVing with people.
through other wholesalers. Look, I don't have the time right now. I got multiple businesses. I don't have the time to call sellers nonstop. Okay. I do have some time, but not all the time. So I like to leverage other wholesalers who are willing to do the grind, the work, and then I bring in the buyers. Okay. And then we JV 50%. Okay. 50-50. But again, if you're in the club or you're in the mentorship, you get 60%. What's going on, Tony?
What's going on, guys?
Good to see you, man. Yeah, so today I'm going to show you guys how to leverage other wholesalers that have deals to JV. Do you do that a lot, Tony? Are you JVing with a lot of people now? Or?
I've never done a JV deal. I've got tons of people calling me. I'm just so busy. I don't have a lot of time to look into their deals.
I got it. Well, you know what? I mean, if someone brings you a deal that's fire, and you have a buyer right in place for it, it's like free money,
Yeah.
right? It's easy money.
Easy money.
So what we're going to do, Tony, is I'm going to show you how to do it. AJ, my VA, has been looking at the deals that get submitted to me from other wholesalers nationwide and analyzing them. And if they're a good deal, we'll call them about it. I use a VA to analyze deals, kind of like what I was telling you the other day on the call.
Yeah.
So AJ, let's talk about this. You had Jacqueline submitted a deal and you said it looked decent. Is that right?
Right. The property was put in under contract for a very low cost, although it does need a lot of work. It's actually noted as a total gut, but looking at the ARV, I think it's pretty decent deal.
Okay, AJ, what's the address on this bad boy?
The address for this property is I'll send it through chat, boss.
All right, let's take a look at it. Again, AJ, while I'm looking at this, you want to explain to the people that are watching and to Tony what we're doing?
Right. Well, so what we wanted to make sure is that we run the right numbers for the property and we
Uh-huh.
make sure that we maximize as well the calculator that we're using to identify if it would be a good deal for a flipper or
All
not.
right. That's exactly right. We got to run the comps to make sure that they have a good deal. So what does she have it under contract for?
She had it under contract for 125.
125K. Okay, so what did you have the ARV at when you ran it, AJ?
I
Or
actually
she?
had it at 320 since that was the maximum, but I think just to be safe, I went to down to 305.
Okay, so let's take a look. This is a
Mhm.
very nice flip. Like, I mean, the exterior looks great. Kitchen's a little older. It looks great on the outside, but the inside doesn't look that great. I mean, it looks like some of the rooms they just didn't bother to flip, but the bathroom looks great. This is old. Looks like they basically just did a little bit. I'm saying 305 is the ARV on it. And that's just a range, right? So we'll throw this in here, 305, and she has it at 150. Is that right, AJ?
125 is contract, but she also sent me a message saying additional fees would be up to 150.
Okay, got it. So let's just put 150. We put the square footage in here, about 2,000 square feet, and it needs everything. So it's going to be about 80K plus. So if I wanted to make 20K on this deal, the flipper would make 21,000. How do I get this down? I either get the seller to accept less, I get the ARV up, or I lower my budget, or I take less of a wholesale fee. I mean, those are your
Mhm.
options to see if you can make more money. This is potentially someone would do it for around 10%, but probably not. Like usually it's between 10 to 20% is what the flipper wants to make. But with the way the market is right now, they want home runs because they're not trying to get stuck. Now I could be way off on my ARV. This thing could really be worth like 345 flipped, and now it's a good deal, right? So at least
Mhm.
I have a decent idea that this is potentially a good deal, potentially. So AJ, let's give her a call right now and let's talk to her. Because the reason why I had this, I was on a call with Jerry Norton, Tony, the other day, and this was one of his students, and she was saying that she might have to cancel this, and I was like, you know what, maybe I might be able to help her because she said that she had a buyer, but they backed out because there were taxes and liens on it that made it more expensive to buy it. I was like, maybe I can help you find a buyer that would still pay you what you need. We can JV on it. Cool. All right, let's call.
Hello?
Hey, is this Jacqueline?
Yes, it is.
Jacqueline, it's Nathan. Do you have some time to talk or are you busy?
I do. Hold on one second for me.
Yeah, of course. It sounds like she at work. She working hard.
Okay, I'm back.
Good. Okay, so let's talk about this deal. I looked at it and I was curious, what did you have the ARV at? What did you believe that this could be flipped for, or your buyers believe it could be flipped for?
So
Okay.
we spoke with a couple of realtors in the area,
Okay.
and they are saying anywhere between 300 and 320.
Okay. That's exactly where I was. I was at like 305.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, I personally, as a buyer, and I know that that doesn't mean anything,
Mm-mm.
but with the 4 bedrooms, I think it is. Let's see, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, equivalent to what is selling in that area. There's a couple of properties that have been renovated or semi-renovated that sold for $345.
Mhm.
And I know that's the high end, but
Yeah.
I personally, think if I was a buyer, I would pay a little more because the other houses are kind of cookie cutters, whereas this house is not.
Yeah, so that's the kind of the hard thing is people like cookie cutter. They like to be able to buy something that they know, a flipper especially. They want to know if they buy something, they can sell it. So when you get something like yours, which is it's different. It's like doesn't have a paved driveway from what I can see. It's kind of back there. It's not cookie cutter. Sometimes that's more of a risk, right?
Okay.
I know I looked at one that just sold in I think a month ago that sold for $345. That one was like really nice cookie cutter. But yeah, I think that would probably sell faster than this one just because this one's kind of off of the road. It's probably less desirable. So that's why I'm thinking there's probably telling you between 300 and 320, right?
Okay.
So I put in my numbers. I got 305. There's no pictures. I don't think you sent any. What's the condition? Is it a complete gut job? Like completely needs to get updated everything?
Yeah, I do have pictures, but I didn't have time to send them at the time I filled out the form.
That's
but
okay.
It is a complete gut job, to my understanding.
So I put about an 80K rehab. I think you said you have it at 125, but the liens and taxes are about 25K.
Well, so I have a contract in for 102. And then
Oh,
I was given the contract. I, was doing a double close, and I have a contract in house, or somebody bought it from me for 125.
someone bought it from you at 125?
Okay, so let me give you all of the numbers. So he owes 92, I believe.
Got it.
But with the interest, and then I put in a contract for 102, and it stopped the auction.
Okay.
But then after that, when we asked for a payoff, we got a letter from the bank for 119.
Okay.
And then after that, though, since the attorney's office had been handling it, they have found some judgments. And so now it is actually, yesterday I got a payoff from her and she said 127, which it keeps going up.
It's going to keep going up the longer you take because there's attorney fees. It's accruing more money, right? It's just like more charges on there. So you're saying currently the break even for them just to even sell it is 127, right?
Yes.
And if you want to JV with me and me get involved, we usually just split the deal 50-50, the wholesale fee. So you don't have to work with me. I'm just saying, like, if you did want to, I would try and find a buyer for this. And then we would split anything we make over 127. But the thing is, the seller would have to accept just selling the house for 127. They would walk away with nothing, which I'm assuming they want something.
Yeah, and we were trying to get them something initially, but now that the price has gone up so much, I don't think that is going to happen. So I've been talking to him about that, have not given him a definitive answer, but I did tell him that with the judgments and liens and things, that it basically eaten up everything that he was going to get.
Is he willing to just sell it to you for what he owes?
I am supposed to talk to him to see if he has any interest. I told him at the, minimum, maybe he would be able to pay off the judgments and things by selling the property. So I'm going to talk to him and see if he is just interested in selling and walking away with nothing. At first, we were trying to get him at least $10,000, but we don't have it.
Yeah, and you know what we could do on this one if we work together is we could potentially give him, some money up front, maybe like $1,000 to move out, and then we could say, hey, we can give you 5 or 4, so we'll give you 5 total, but we'll give you 1 just to be able to move out, and then we can give you 4 in 2 years or 3 years, and we'll just take over. We'll pay off. We'll catch the loan up. We'll do everything, and we'll just take over the payments because I'm sure their interest rate's pretty low.
Yeah, and I'm not sure because I actually am partnering with a realtor. I forgot what the interest rate is. I know we've discussed it, but I'm partnering with somebody who was kind of working on the banks and talking to the bank.
Okay.
I received a text message probably just about 30 minutes ago, an hour ago, and somebody wanted to go out and see the property.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'll do is I will let you know. The
For sure.
buyer, I actually asked him last night as well if he was interested in coming up, and so he is supposed to let me know today.
Okay.
But I will keep it in mind. And also, I think I saw something on your website that said if I sign up for something, that it would be a 60-40 split.
Exactly. Yeah. So I have a club, which I think you should join anyway, because it's like super helpful. I do a weekly call where I answer your questions. Basically what we're doing right now, I do this with you in a group. Everyone's it's a community where we help each other. And it's not so much like a coaching course where you you come to me and I'm the only one that talks. Like, it's more of a community where we meet and we talk and we help each other out on every Tuesday. I send you leads every month. You get 1,000 skip trace leads that have said they want to sell. You get 10,000 that have already been skip traced, and you get, you know, a bunch of other resources for $99 a month right now. Now, Friday, I am raising it to $297 because my coach told me, he's like, hey, it's way too cheap. So if you want to do that, you should join before Friday, and then you get a 60-40 if we do this. And if we don't do this, we potentially can do deals in the future together.
Yeah, so what I'll do is I will keep your offer in mind.
Okay.
And, you know, if something happens and you're the last man standing, I will give you a call.
I don't mind being the last man standing. It's all good. But I do want to let you know, do not cancel this contract. I know you're talking about it. Don't do it because you can make this work. You just don't want to wait too long where these fees keep going up and it's harder to get the deal done.
So, yeah, so when I say last man standing, I don't mean, you know, you're the last option. I just mean that, you know, if somebody...
That's what I thought you
know,
meant.
if a person... No, I don't mean you're the last option.
Right.
Maybe that came out wrong. I'm waiting on just a couple more and see, you know, what they say.
Okay.
Yeah, I will let you know as soon as I know something, as soon as I hear from my partner.
Okay. Talk to you soon. Have a great day.
All right. Thank you. You as well.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye. I think it's a good deal. I mean, I looked at it and I'm sure Richmond is a hot place and this is a desired property in an area. So she doesn't need me. And I'll be straight up with Tony. I'll be straight up with you or anyone I work with. If they don't need me, I tell them. That's how I work with sellers too, is to say, hey, seller, you don't need me right now. Your house is in great condition. Just list this. And then they say, no. I want to sell it right now today. And then I say, okay, great. Then let's proceed. You always want to go to sales technique called going negative. You want to push people to the no, just so they can, if they are interested in working with you, they tell you, no, yes, I do want. You don't push them away. They like bring you in.